Hi, welcome to another edition of Chronicles of 1900. And today I'm going to be talking about a few things that people have been asking me about, especially those of you that are independent or people that are on their post-study work visa at the moment. And it's like, what am I going to do next? So the reason why I'm doing this video is that you need to understand that there are opportunities out there, especially in the civil service space. Now, the local councils, the government departments, they are licensed to sponsor people. But before you get into that position, you must have positioned yourself in a place where you can be sponsored. There are roles that you can work in, and I'm going to share this in two perspectives. Perspective number one is that if you've graduated or you are a dependent and you're not happy with the current situation you have on your table, you could actually go via two ways. Get a good job, right? Civil service jobs are quite out there right now. For example, Office of National Statistics is looking for project managers like 3 roles, and then you have NHS like 40 roles and the likes. So what you want to do first is you want to get yourself into a position where you can get a good job. If you have a good job, it doesn't matter what you function as in that role, right? You should be thinking about how to get yourself into a position where you can have another job, right, that would actually give you the opportunity to get sponsorship, or you go via the route which I'm going to explain to you in a bit. Now, the route I'm going to explain to you right now is a route that is very, very different. Now, when you have the opportunity to get yourself into a job, for example, maybe you're working as maybe a business analyst or probably an office administrator or something within the public sector, and you have experience working in that role, you need to look for what is missing or what you can actually propose that is quite innovative in that environment. What do I mean by that? What I'm trying to say to you in essence is that when you have a job, you need to look for what is missing in that role that you can propose. If you have worked in maybe care sector, for example, as a carer for a while, maybe as a dependent, and you've seen that there are a bit of lapses in the way that we care for patients, and there is something we can introduce that is different. Now, you might be able to come up with something that is unique, and that is where the idea I'm going to give to you comes in. I've talked about it before, but I'm going to chip it in a different way. It's called Innovator Founder Visa. Compared to before, where you have people apply for sponsorship for their company and then they get sponsored themselves, that approach is a bit not straightforward anymore. Home Office is now refusing directors getting sponsored by their company due to genuity of the role, okay? And also they're looking at people establishing business and they're not actually running the business for quite a number of years before applying for sponsorship. It's a bit tricky, but you can actually come in by Innovator Founder Visa. That is similar to like a graduate entrepreneur visa, because you can actually propose an idea and you can get endorsed in the idea. But what I normally say to people is this: you need to be able to check the viability, the feasibility, and the scalability of that idea. I repeat, the viability, the scalability, and the feasibility of the idea. The feasibility of the idea comes with your business case, right? The scalability of the idea comes about how you intend to expand the business, right? And then you need to now check what I call the viability, which is where you need to check maybe surveys or maybe have people that you have spoken to or test the idea. And the best way to do this is to come up with what I call the MVP approach. The MVP approach enables you to be able to test the idea, get people's feedback, and document that feedback in your Innovator Founder application. This is something I tell people a lot. It's not good enough to have an idea, right? It's good enough to have an idea, test the idea, and see the viability of the idea, and be able to propose it to say, this is what I've tested, it can work, and that's why I'm putting it out there. Now, that gives you a better chance of getting endorsed as an innovator. Now, when you get Innovator Founder Visa, right, you have the opportunity to be able to work in your business, right, and be able to scale your business. That means you have an idea and you're going to run the idea. Now, that gives you the liberty to run the business and not go through the hassle of having to look for sponsorship via the director sponsorship, and then where you're going to have all this maybe issue of justifying why the director needs to be sponsored and the likes. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. It's not rocket science. It's just becoming very, very creative about your idea. It's about looking for a way to ensure that you find the jiggle or the puzzle that is missing within that sector and what you're doing, and then propose something that is different. It doesn't have to be technology based. It could be even as a fashion designer. I'm going to say this quickly. I spoke to somebody that does fashion, and I said to him, what design do you make that is not common? that is peculiar to your idea. And instead, he has a kind of way he makes some attire from Nigeria that is quite unique. And I said, that is your proposal. You need to propose that particular idea, that this particular design is not common in the industry. I do it alone, and this is the market. This is how much people have ordered from me in the last 6 months within this idea. This is how I've sold it within the last 6 months. This is the people's feedback. When we gather that feedback and put the application together, you have brought in something that is unique, and that is it. It's not difficult. It's about looking for the little things that makes a difference. I hope this video has blessed you. This Chronicles of 1900. I'm going to be talking about the little things that you can do that can give you a little difference in the industry, and then you can see how good you can go with it. My name is Ibrahim Sunday. It's Chronicles of 1900. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And also reach out to me if you need a bit of idea or you want to talk about what you're doing and you don't know where to go about it. And I'll be able to share with you as well and help you refine your idea as well. Part of what we do is strategic gap analysis to understand what is the competitors analysis, what are you going to be able to do different to be able to secure a bit of innovative idea within the business. Until I see you again next week, don't forget to like, share, and comment. I love you. God bless you.